Hello, it is Vincent here, and today I'm doing a little something different. I'm going to be ranking with a tier list my favorite, or like my personal ranking of the Final Fantasy VII characters, and I'm doing this in celebration for the Final Fantasy VII Remake, which I am super excited for. It is the most excited for I've been for a game since Borderlands 3, and before that probably Final Fantasy 15. So so I'm excited for this. Now, with that being said, I have not played the original Final Fantasy 7 in a long time. I have definitely played it. I've beaten the game. I played it all the way through. I maxed out the amount of time you could play in the game to 99 hours, 99 minutes, 99 seconds, or whatever the max is. It stopped counting up because of how much time I put into it. So I've played it a lot, but with that being said, it has been a long time, so if I say something that's a bit off, just forgive me because my memory is a little shaky on it, so that's that. I have it pulled up in a kind of janky way where you see these ads and stuff on the side. Don't know how to get around that, but it wouldn't be a video from me if there wasn't something that was at least slightly wrong with it. So, without further ado, let's dive into this ranking. So first up, we have Aerith or Eris, depending on how you wanted to pronounce that. I guess we'll go with Eris. For Eris, and as far as spoilers go, I plan on sort of like dancing around spoilers. So if you don't mind like hinting at spoilers, then you're fine. But if you want like no hints, no nothing, no spoilers at all, like nothing, then you should not be watching this video. If you don't mind like some light stuff, I'm not going to be doing any heavy spoilers. I'm just going to be like referencing, hinting at things, but it's not going to be direct spoilers because I feel like I can easily talk about things without giving up huge spoilers. But yeah, there's your warning. So, with Eris, she's a really wonderful character. She's a wonderful person. She has very important moments in the story. She has one of the biggest moments. She has like a very big moment in the game, and she's very important. And I know that she has to be important in this remake. I think she's really solid. I'm going to give her an A rating. So A is just like that's a really solid step there. Now Barrett is your good old friend who you work alongside with Avalanche. He has a freaking gun for a hand, and what a lot of people don't talk about is he actually adopts a girl and takes care of her, and he just has a lot of good things going for him. He I don't know, he sticks it out with you. He's a great friend. He's very like funny and very like over the top, but in a very amusing way. I like Barrett a lot. I'm going to go with rating him at an A as well. Neither of these two were ever like my top contenders for being part of my team, but I still like having them part of my team. And the only reason why they're not always part of my team is just because there's so many great characters that can be part of your team, and you're only allowed 3 slots. So when you're forced to choose, it's pretty tough. Now, with that being said, I can't quite tell who this is. I feel kind of bad about that, but since I can't tell who that is, at least it doesn't ring any bells at the moment, so I'm going to stick them at C. Again, don't yell at me. I'm sorry, I cannot tell who that is. We have Cat Sith, which I think this character gets a lot of hate because he's a big marshmallow-looking guy. He has an Irish cat dancing on top of his head. He's like remote-controlled. His limit break is he throws these giant dice at you. He's definitely a goofy oddball, but I think that the game is better for having this character in it because it just makes it feel so much more like Final Fantasy is the best way I can put it, like in a good way. Like in nothing, like I feel like anyone else that was trying to that would be trying to handle the serious subject matters of like eco-terrorism and the planet destroying itself and this artificial being and all this, like all the crazy stuff going on, like I feel like they would say no, like what are you thinking, don't put I don't even think people would think of this character, but if someone did, they would say no, don't have this character in there. And because of that, I really like the character. So I'm gonna controversial here. I'm going to stick him on the A slot because I would like all of these as part of my team pretty equally. I'm also a huge fan of D6s, and that's what he throws at people, so there you go. Next up, we have a Chocobo. I don't think this is a specific Chocobo. If it is, that might make things a little different, but you know, Chocobos are a staple to Final Fantasy. I love Chocobos. I think they're so fun. I think they can be cute, but they can also be deadly. I have to give this. I'm going to stick this on the S tier. No. I mean, yeah, I'm just going to stick it up because you can't have a Final Fantasy game without a Chocobo. So that's like a must-have. So we're going to have that there. Then we have our good old boy Sid. He's the pilot of the High Wind. Growing up, I love Sid. I love people who wield spears like as their weapon. I don't know why. It looks cool just to have that like range. I think he has a really cool look about him. I love that he has the cool airship, and he was always part of my team, so I'm going to give him the S rating. Now, of course, everyone knows Cloud, even if you're not a Final Fantasy nut like I am. You probably know who Cloud is. He's a giant buster sword, and he's just the staple in the game. Now, I know not everyone likes his sort of moody and like not super lively personality, but he is the face of Final Fantasy VII, and I don't see a problem with him. Excuse me. Yeah, I don't see a problem with him, so I think we're good to go on that. Now, unfortunately, we're at another character who I don't remember, unfortunately, so I'm just going to have to stick this one on C. Then we have Jessie, which I unfortunately don't remember all that well either. I do remember her from the remake, though, and the remake demo at least, and she seemed like a lot of fun, and she seemed really cool. I'll stick her up there with those guys because I feel like I'm going to enjoy. I know that she's not going to have as much screen time as someone like Barrett or Eris or Kate Sith, but she, for the time that she has in the game, I will appreciate it. So we'll go with that. Now with this one, is this Hojo? Is that who I'm looking at? It's probably Hojo. I'm not used to seeing him looking this like modeled. He's a funny character, and he is very important to the story. So I mean, I don't like him like as a person, but I'll put him at B because he's definitely needed for the story, and he is amusing. Then we have Red, who I like Red. We'll put him here. Because I like him better than Hojo. I feel like I don't like him as much as other people do, which, don't dislike the video for me saying that. I do like him a lot, though. He's pretty solid. Then we have Reno, who is a pretty cool guy. I don't remember a lot of his moments. I remember him mostly from Final Fantasy VII Advent Children, which I really like the movie. I know it's just kind of a bunch of action set pieces, but it's some damn good action. I'm going to put Reno on B. He might be less essential than Hojo, but he makes up for it with a cool design and some funny humor. And I believe this character's name is Rufus, and he is... I feel like you have to put them together because they work off of each other very well, not only like in the game, but like their comedy does too. So you have to have him there. Then you have this guy who I think is the president of Shinra, and I don't remember him being too fun or entertaining, so we're going to stick him on C. Also, I guess I can rearrange these as well, so that's something I'll do that for last. So we'll get them on their rows this way, and then we'll figure out that. So Sephiroth, easy S. He's one of the best villains of all time. He is fantastic. His theme is amazing. The people debating if he's left-handed or right-handed over and over. This big diversity. By the way, he's left-handed. He's a really cool character, and he has one of the best themes, the one-winged angel. So Now we have Tifa, and of course, I mean, Tifa is one of the most, like, if you see images of Final Fantasy VII, you're probably seeing Cloud, Sephiroth, or Tifa. And Tifa has a great personality, she's very supportive, and she kicks so much butt. And when everyone else is wielding these giant swords, she'll run up and punch them in the face. So, and also she even after the game, well, yeah, I don't want to get into too much spoilers, but there's awesome things that she does. I have to put her up there, so I'm gonna do that. Then we have this guy who I remember seeing, but I don't remember his parts, so I'm gonna stick him on C, and I apologize if that was a terrible choice. We're gonna have Wedge. He is funny. He's great. He's part of Avalanche. It's tough. We're gonna have him up here. I'm not settled on the row orders yet, but we'll have him up there with A because him and Jesse are both like pretty equal, like in the remake demo as far as like what I enjoy and just their comedy and stuff. And if Reno and Rufus follow suit with that, then they will. I could see them being up there as well. This tier list is actually very tough. Then we have Yuffie, who is this very cheerful and lively ninja. She is definitely not a thief. She is a treasure hunter. And I remember having a lot of fun, like when I bump into her character, and I'm like, "What is going on? Why is she stealing this stuff from me? Why is she freaking out?" And I really like her character. I'm actually gonna stick her on the S tier up there. I know that she's optional. I mean, it's tough too because like Barrett's always with you and has a lot more like moments in the game. I'll put Yuffie down the A. Maybe the S is too high. And then you may have noticed that I skipped over Vincent, but of course I'm a huge fan of Vincent Valentine. When I first encountered him, I thought there was something in the game that renamed him because in the original Final Fantasy VII you could rename the characters. I was like, why who named this character Vincent? Because like me and my dad would play and I dozed off, and then when I woke up he had this character in his party. I was like, why'd you name this character after me? And he was like, that's just the name of the character. So I was just like mystified that someone chose my name in the game. It was the first time I ever saw my name being used in media because this was like I was like 7 years old, so I was definitely a small kid and did not understand things, but it was just such a crazy moment for me. And then when I realized he plays into sort of that like Halloween vibe, which I was born close to Halloween, it just made it all better. And he also bought me this game where it had like a manual that had some information on Vincent, and it said his birthday was the same as mine. Now since then it looks like they changed that, but at the time as a kid I was like, not only does he have my name, but he has my same birthday, and it was just crazy. So I have to put Vincent up here, and I'll stick him back there for now. So now let's rearrange these people and let's figure out exactly what order they go in. So this guy is very important, even though I don't remember him being fun. I don't remember the other people at all, so it's a little unfair. And I really can't even tell what's going on here that well. I'm kind of colorblind, so all these colors just sort of mix together for me. I can tell, I feel like that's red and some green. I don't know, but I'm going to put them last. I'll put these two here. They look like they work side by side together, so they all look like they belong on the row together, so we'll keep it that way. Up here, I feel like I'm going to enjoy Reno and Rufus more than Hojo. On this A tier, I definitely think that Yuffie is the one that if I see my normal party tends to be Sid, Cloud, and Vincent. I may try to get Tifa in there during the remake whenever I'm playing through. Also, of course, with the remake, we're not going to get to the full cast of characters in this first part, so that will help me play with different characters that way. But when I'm thinking about the end game, I'm thinking Sid, Cloud, and Vincent. So Tifa will kind of be pushed out of that. But if I could help it, I would love to have Tifa, love to have Yuffie, love to have Aerith, love to have Cloud Barrett, love to have Kate Sith. And even Red. I mean, I like Red. So, but yeah, so that's tough. So we're gonna move the Chocobo to the back because it's kind of the most jokey, character out of that, and it's just for the sake of wanting the Chocobos. Like, they're a staple to Final Fantasy, but I think putting it on the S tier is like enough service to the Chocobo, so we'll keep it at that, but we'll push them to the back. Now, I don't know if I'm actually going to put like I know that Vincent's not the most memorable, and I know that MinMax loves to make fun of Dirge of Cerberus, even though I think the game, like, I haven't actually ever played it, but I watched them play it. Shout out to them, and it looks like fun. I think it's cool that they change up scenery. There's different upgrades. There's different enemies. They have some crazy characters showing up into that. So I think it's cool. I'm not gonna be hating on the Dirge, but I feel like it's known that Sephiroth is a little cooler than Cloud, so we gotta have that. And, I mean, Vincent's kind of a mixture of both of them. I mean, if you think about it, he has the long hair and badassness of Sephiroth, where he looks like he could be evil, but he's a good guy, like Cloud. So, I'm just going to have to put Vincent up front. I feel like I'm going to regret it if I don't, so he's going to stick up front. We got Sephiroth, we got Cloud, we got Sid. Hey, Sid has some great moments. We have Tifa, we have Chocobo. I'm feeling pretty good about that row. For A, we have Yuffie. We have Eris for her parts in the story. Barrett has some good moments. Kate Sith. Red actually has some better moments than Kate Sith, from what I remember. We'll move Red up there. So we got Red there. Jesse, and we have Wedge. Yeah, no, I think that's it. I know that there's no way possible that this is your tier list, and I'm sorry if you've been screaming at the screen. This is just the way I feel, and I appreciate you watching and hearing me out and having me like hearing my reasons and deductions as to why I came to this. So hopefully you can understand, even though you don't agree with it. Let me know what you feel like my biggest misstep was in the comments below. And be sure to join us, but be nice about it, please. And then be sure to join me and all my friends and our community in our Discord, where we talk about Final Fantasy, talk about anime, talk about video games, all kinds of fun stuff. It's the best place to be for a community, and I'm trying to build that up. We are almost to 500 people. It's been a fun time. So check us out over there, and thank you so much. Stay awesome.
The video's over, but this was made by Patreons.
We really appreciate what you've done for us, and we'd appreciate it if you'd continue following us further at patreon.com/Vindicated Entertainment.
Yeah, you guys! Be sure to check out some more of our videos, okay? Bye!
Bye.